Hey guys, let's talk about how we release tissue and how to have an effective session of myofascial release, okay? We're gonna stick with our softball. You've always got your softball with you, so you wanna be sure you're using that tool. You can't make the excuse, I don't have a foam roller, I don't have this, I don't have that. You're always gonna have this before games, practice, activity. There's usually always one of these laying around, so you better get to using it, okay? One of the biggest mistakes we're gonna make when foam rolling or rolling in general is you're just gonna roll. You're basically, if you're rolling out your calf, you're just doing this. Okay? Understand that is extremely ineffective. In order for tissue and adhesive tissue that's stuck and glued together, you have to find trigger points, spots that you feel the most type of discomfort. So whatever body part we're rolling, the basic understanding we want to have is that we have to release tissue and we have to sit on top of that trigger point. So the way I teach and the way I tell my kids that this has to happen is if I'm rolling my calf, understand that your calf, first of all, is two different tissues. Your lateral aspect of the calf is your lateral gastroc, and then you have your medial gastroc. So things we want to understand is most people would typically be tight on the outside of our body, but what we want to do is we want to find it. So when you think of rolling, you want to roll once all the way through the muscle. So I start at the top near the attachment site, okay, and I roll all the way through. When I'm doing that, I'm figuring out where are the points that I feel most of the discomfort, where I feel those knots and adhesions. Once I find that spot, I go back to it, okay? The second thing, once I'm applying pressure onto it, I can apply more pressure by putting this on top directly over, but I have to put that muscle through some active range of motion. Most of the muscles in your calf help to assist flexing your foot. So I don't just want to apply pressure, I'm going to put myself through ranges of motion. So I'm going to flex my foot up and down, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, and then I'm going to move the tissues around as well. Understand that if you just sit here, yes, you're going to get some release, but you have to teach the tissue and the muscle to operate once again in the pattern that you move in, which is plantar and dorsiflexion. When you give yourself access to that range of motion through your release of tissue, you are now relearning and re-educating the muscle how to be long and strong within your normal ranges of motion. That is how we should technically roll. So once again, summary. Whatever band I'm rolling, say I'm rolling my quad, okay? I want to go through once completely, so all the way through the band, find the spot of most tension, sit, okay, apply the pressure, then I want to go through active range of motion, okay? For our quad, that's turning on the hamstring. The more I turn the hamstring on, the more the quad's going to release. If I just sit here and roll and just sit on the space, I'm going to get some relief, but I'm not going to get the best. I want to go through active range of motion. Okay? So, softball, so important. Use it. Do not just put it underneath you and roll back and forth. You're doing nothing for yourself, and that's why you hate rolling, because you really feel like it does nothing for you, because it's not. Rolling back and forth, it's not going to help you. For Dr. Isaiah, and that's how we self-myofascial release.